Hello everyone, welcome to this webinar on manufacturing release highlight in the intermediary version 19.3. In March, you had the chance to see the other intermediary version, which is 19.1 and 19.2 with my colleague Anna and Mathieu. Today, we will focus on 19.3. My name is Elisabeth Berthollet. I'm a business analyst and a manufacturing expert at Odoo. In order to show you those new features, I decided to divide this presentation into two use cases. One which is more linked to production planning of the manufacturing order and the work order, and one which is more linked to maintenance and PLM. We will end up this session with a Q&A. Before I go directly deep dive into the database, just a quick reminder that if you are on Odoo Online, so on SaaS, and you create a database today, you will be able to be on 19.3, so have all the features that I will be showing you. And if you are on Odoo SH, you will have to wait for the to upgrade in Odoo 20, which will be possible after the Odoo experience end of September. Okay, let's directly go into the database for the first use case in production planning. So here I'm connected into my database. I'm connected as Sophie, which is the production manager at Volta Guitar. Volta Guitar is an SME which is producing guitars. Okay, so the first thing that Sophie wants to do is go check her workload of the workshop. So she will go check her manufacturing orders. So here into manufacturing app, in the manufacturing order, here she can access the list view of all her manufacturing orders. Now what I want to show you is that in 19.3, the new we have the new Kanban view of the manufacturing order, which is really practical for a company which are not using, for example, work orders. Just a quick reminder, work orders, they are operations that need to be done in order to process your full manufacturing order. Here in this view, what can you see? You can see that you have the manufacturing order which are grouped per week. Okay, we have here the status bar that you can go ahead and go filter. You saw that when I clicked on it, here we have the time that is moving. What is this time? This is the remaining time of all the manufacturing order for this specific week. In this view, you can also see your manufacturing order reference, the reference of your product, then your product. You can see how many hours or how many minutes is left on this manufacturing order, the status of your component. Something which is also really nice is that if you have some sub-assemblies, so some child MOs, you will have the status right here. So if I produce one of my child MO, here I will have 1 out of 2, which is quite practical. Something else that Sophie can check today will be the new filter to go and check what is the status of some work order. So she wants to have a quick view on what is late, what is on time, and for that, in 19.3, we release a new filter which is late, which will go ahead and show Sophie which are the manufacturing orders that are late on her schedule, and she can go and focus on it to understand what is really happening in her shop floor. Okay. So this is for the new manufacturing order view, Kanban view, which is really practical and easy to go ahead and navigate. Now, Sophie, she receives a call from the sales manager telling her that one specific manufacturing order needs to be prioritized. Because the client needs his guitar really in emergency. So from this view, she will go ahead and prioritize one specific manufacturing order by starting it here. And then she will go ahead and do the planning of her manufacturing order to push them into the planning and for the operators. So for that, I will go back in the manufacturing order list view. And what can we see? We can see that the manufacturing order 86 went on top of the manufacturing order view because I prioritized it. Since the Odoo, since the version 19.1, the planning is a little bit different in this view. So Odoo is going to plan as soon as possible. So meaning that it will take the sequence of all our manufacturing order, which are sorted by start date here, and by priority. So meaning that Odoo will plan what? Odoo will plan first the 81, then the 98, and so on. Okay. So the first thing I need to do before planning is to check which manufacturing order still need to be planned. Nothing easier. I go into the search bar here, and I go ahead and put the filter to plan. Okay, so here I have the list of all the manufacturing order that still need to be planned. So Sophie will go ahead and select them all. She will decide that she does not want to plan the last one, and she will click on plan in order to push them in the planning. Okay. So by clicking on plan, she pushed in the planning the manufacturing order, but it means that she also pushed in the planning all the depending operation, which are all the work orders. So now let's go and check the planning of those work orders. Since 19.1, we have different type of planning, which for the work orders, the first one is the planning per work centers, which is in the Gantt view. We will go directly inside it. And here we see that we have our planning here, which is per day. You can decide to put it per week. I will keep it per day because it's quite busy those days in order to have a clear view here. So from this view, we can do multiple things. The first thing is that if I have still MO open that I want to plan, I can click here on plan MO and go retrieve those open manufacturing order and ask Odoo to push them in the planning, so at the next available slot. I can also, thanks to the sidebar here that I can close or open, I can go and manually plan some manufacturing orders into my different work center. And by the way, you saw that when I went on here, we could see the workload of my work center. If I want to unplan because I made a mistake, no problem. I can drag and drop it back here. So here we have the list of all our work orders that still need to be planned. If I want to have more details about this work order, I can just go ahead and click on it. And here we can see the work order form, yes. And if you're familiar with Odoo, you can see that it was revamped to show you the right information you need for your manufacturing order. So we had some feedback to improve it, and we listened to you. This is for this view. This is for this view. Now in 19.3, we also have something which is great and that Sophie can use. For example, here I have the work order planning, which is a Kanban view. We can see that it's grouped by work centers, and we can see that you can see the plan date. You can see how long is the operation taking. You can go and assign directly from this view. Okay, so Sophie said that Stephen has to work a little bit on this one. We can go ahead and assign Sarah for that one. Okay, but what is really nice in this new version, and which is for me quite powerful, is that Odoo will now auto replan your manufacturing order if you move it here. So let's take an example, and let's say that we need this manufacturing order to be done first, as soon as possible. What will Sophie do? She just have to go ahead and drag and drop it here. Before I let it go, please check the date of this manufacturing order, of this work order, sorry. And when I will drag and drop it, you can see that Odoo push it in the planning directly now, and all the work order which were under were replanned automatically for you. Okay, so it means that it will avoid creating conflict in your planning, and that Odoo is directly doing the replanning for you. So speaking about conflict, if you go manually drag and drop, for example, in the in the Gantt view, you will be able to, for example, push two manufacturing order at the same time. You can also have dependency issue, but in 19.3 we have a new filter that will allow you to directly go ahead and spot those conflicts. So for this, I go in my filter and I go ahead and check the conflicts. Here we can see that we don't have a lot of conflict, but we have some conflict that is nice to spot in advance in order to avoid it to be a real problem into your production. So if I go ahead and click on this work order, I can see that this work order has actually two conflicts, which Odoo will explain and display for you. So this one is saying that this work order is planned at the same time as another work order in the work center. So meaning that you double planned your work center. And then the other one say that the work order is planned before its block work order, which means basically that it's planned before its dependency. So it's planned before the step one, which is not making sense. So here we have directly the link to go into the planning to see what is really happening. And indeed, I can see that I have those two work orders which are planned at the same time. But thanks to Odoo, I can go ahead and ask Odoo to replan them and repush them in the planning automatically. So now I replan them, so I cancel this conflict. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you with this use case, imagine that Sophie, she received a call from the inventory manager and he's telling her that they need to pack one guitar, but they cannot find it. They think that they find it, but there is an operation missing. So what she will do, she first will go check her manufacturing orders, check the one that was described by the inventory manager, which is here, this one. And she see that in Odoo it says that it's done. She go into her workshop and indeed she sees that there was an operator mistake. It's actually not done. We need one last operation. What will she do? She first will ask one operator to finish it as fast as possible. And then now in Odoo 19, she will be able to change the end date of the MO. So the stock move will match the real date. So to do that, she will go in the action wheel, she will unlock this manufacturing order, and she will change the end date to today. So the stock move of the finished product will be at this specific date. Okay, so that's it for my first use case. So what did we see? We see the manufacturing order Kanban view, which is really practical if you don't work with work order, but it's also really practical to have the status and the overview of all the manufacturing order you have to produce. Then we saw the work order planning Kanban, which is really powerful in 19.3 because it's recomputing automatically all your manufacturing order into your planning, avoiding conflict. We also see that there is some planning improvement in terms of UX and in terms of filter, like the late filter or the conflict filter. Our work orders are more flexible and we can add the end date, change the end date of the manufacturing order if we really need to. Now I will do the second use case in order to show you a new feature. It's about maintenance and PLM. So I will go back into my database, and Sophie, as I said in the beginning, she is also the maintenance manager, and here she received tickets that one of the machine has an issue again. They are aware of it because it's an old machine, and she will check if she can fix it. So for this, we will go into the maintenance app. Here I will go into the configuration, and we can see that we have here our maintenance team. And what is nice in 19.3 is that our maintenance team, we can match them to our maintenance stages. Why is it nice? Because if I go here, back in my dashboard, if I go here, we can see that in this maintenance team, I will have only the mechanical stage and the repair stage or the scrap stage. It's really practical, because if one maintenance team has a lot of different steps and another one has a lot of other different steps, they will be able to see only the step that is relevant for them, so creating no mess into the different maintenance stage. So if I go ahead and open the maintenance request, we see that is for that old machine. She will start it and try to do the mechanical repair. Here I can see also that the maintenance repair form was reviewed in order to display you the right field and to improve your experience here. She will see that she cannot do the repair of this machine, so they will have to scrap it. Hopefully they knew about it and they already have a new machine which is ready to start. This new machine will be ready to start, but we need to update some of our products, some of our bill of material in order to use this new machine. So the first thing that we need to do is go and change one bill of material, because the new machine is more efficient. So for that I will go into the bill of materials, and I will go into the bill of material of my electric guitar here. And here, from there, I will create an ECO, so in order to go and do a change of that bill of material. So I go and create an ECO. I create a new one, okay, which is linked to the new machine. So I will write it to keep track of this, okay. And then I will start my revision. Here I will go into my revision, and thanks to this new machine, I need less coating. My machine is more efficient, so I need not 300 grams of coating, but 200 grams. Okay, so I change it here, and then in my operation, my finishing operation is way faster, so I will change the duration to 30 minutes. Okay. So here I go back on my ECO. It was in progress. Now it's validated. I will be applying the change, so archiving the previous bill of material and pushing the new one to be linked to the product. I apply the changes, and here now you can see that in 19.3 you don't have the operation and component that were added. Why? Because we have a new report here, which is the review changes, okay, which is really practical because you see everything in one report. We have what was updated, we have so what component, what did I do? I remove 100 grams of the coating, which actually removed 10 euro out of the bill of material cost, and same for my operation. I removed 30 minutes, which removed 30 euros. So thanks to this new machine, each time I will produce my guitar, I will save 40 euro. This report is it's really an improvement, because here we have the cost, which was hard to get before in the previous version. So it's a really nice improvement here. The last thing we need to do before using this new machine is to go and replace some component out of our bill of material, because this new machine is able to process carbon. So I want to go and take one component out of all my bill of material and replace it with another one. To do that, I will go into my product, and I will look for the component that I need to replace. So which is here the guitar neck. And here I can see that this component is used in 3 bill of material. So in this example, it will be also okay to go manually and change it in all of the bill of material. But imagine you have 1000 bill of material and you want to change that component. Here, updating it in mass will be really nice, and it's now possible. So I will go ahead and select all my bill of material line, okay? And here I can mass edit my component by changing which component I want to apply. So here I want the carbon one. I want to update it on my tree record. Yes, I updated. And then now on my tree bill of material, I have this component available. So that's it for the second use case I wanted to show you. What did we see? We see one single report for the ECO changes. We saw the product replacement, so it's really practical to go ahead and replace all your components for your bill of material in one go. And we saw that the maintenance team are now linked to the maintenance stage. So that's all I wanted to show you for manufacturing 19.3. If you're not familiar with Odoo yet, is simple, transparent, and scalable. We have flexible plan starting from one app free with unlimited user. We have custom or standard plans. It's all the apps for one price, so you have one subscription per user, and then you can use all the application. The hosting, the maintenance, and the upgrades are included, and we also have our internal support to help you in case of any questions. So if you want to explore the price, more the pricing, and calculate the cost, scan this QR code, which will redirect you on odoo.com. And if you want some advice, you have a project that you want to implement with Odoo, we have business advisor that you can meet directly, and that they can assess your need and check what is the best plan for you. So don't hesitate to book a meeting with them by scanning this QR code. Now, that's all I wanted to show you for today. Please stay tuned. We will process the Q&A in 1 minute. Hello again. Let's start this Q&A. So I have here a question from René, who is asking, can I see the workload of my workers for 1 week? Actually, yes. Let me show you into the database directly. So I did not show it during the presentation because it's a new feature from 19.1. But if you go into manufacturing, we have the planning. Here I showed you the planning per work center with the Gantt view. I showed you the Kanban, and you also have the planning per employee. It works the same way. So here we can see that all the manufacturing orders, they are not assigned. You can go ahead and drag and drop to the person you want to assign it to, and you have the same view here on the right. Which will allow you to see the work order and go ahead and plan them directly to your to the right employee. So I hope this answers the first question. Then we have another question, which is it possible to remove in mass the work order from my planning? So I guess unplan the work order. Yes, you can do it by unplanning your work order in mass. So I can also show you quickly into the database. If you go into your work orders, here you have all your work orders. You can go ahead and filter on the one which are plan and that are to do, and then you can go ahead and unplan them. And if you unplan them from here, of course, you push them out of the planning. Then we have another question here, which is assigning on all the operation is too long. Can we assign from the bill of material? So I guess assigning the operator, in this case, you cannot assign from the bill of material, but you could go ahead and mass assign your operator from the list view of your work order. And then here I have another question, which is it possible to run more than 2 production orders at the same time at one resource? For example, lapping or heat treatment, we have the case that we have more than one PO access to the machine. What is the Odoo solution? So I'm not 100% sure to understand the question, but you can run 2 production at the same time, of course. If you are on the shop floor, you can push them. The operator can be connected on 2 different work order at the same time. Another question here is, can we link planning with presence, which actually you have let's say a soft link with the manufacturing planning and the time off. In the employee planning view that I just show, you will be able to see in gray when your operator is on leave. It will not be blocking for now, but it's a great information that you have, and it was new from 19. Okay, so that's it. We don't have any more question here in the pad. Thank you, everyone. And if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to follow us and check on odoo.com.